The first strike. The Meridian's quantum sensors detected the destruction before any visual confirmation arrived. Captain Elena Torres felt her heart stop as the readings materialized on the bridge's holographic display. Nueva Terra, humanity's furthest colony and home to 3 million souls, had been reduced to atomic debris. Multiple energy signatures detected, Captain. Lieutenant Maya Patel reported from the tactical station, her voice steady despite the horror unfolding before them. The pattern matches nothing in our database. Whatever did this? She paused, recalibrating her instruments. The weapons used here operated on principles we don't even understand. Elena stood from her command chair, her dark eyes fixed on the spreading field of debris that had once been a thriving world. The Meridian, Earth's most advanced warship, suddenly felt small and primitive. They had thought themselves prepared for first contact, had believed their technological progress would earn them respect among the stars. Instead, they had received this: annihilation without warning or explanation. Full sensor sweep, Elena ordered. I want to know everything about these energy signatures, and begin recovery operations for any possible survivors. She knew the latter was likely futile, but humanity had not survived this long by abandoning hope. The bridge crew worked in focused silence, each dealing with their own shock while maintaining their professional composure. The Meridian had been on a routine patrol of the outer colonies, showing the flag for Earth's expanding presence in space. Now they found themselves at the epicenter of what could only be described as an act of war. First Officer David Chen approached her station, his tablet displaying a preliminary analysis. Captain, the quantum decay patterns suggest this attack occurred less than 6 hours ago. We might have missed the perpetrators by minutes. Elena was about to respond when Maya's console erupted with new alerts. Multiple objects dropping out of faster-than-light travel. Configuration unknown, but the energy signatures matched those from the attack. The view screen filled with ships that defied human architectural understanding. They were massive crystalline structures that seemed to flow and shift, their surfaces refracting light in impossible ways. Elena counted 12 of them, each easily dwarfing the Meridian. Incoming transmission. Communications Officer Raj Sharma announced, his fingers dancing across his console. They're broadcasting on all frequencies. Put it through, Elena ordered, straightening her uniform. This would be humanity's first direct contact with an alien species, and it was happening over the ruins of a murdered colony. A voice filled the bridge, somehow both melodious and deeply unsettling. This is Archon Vexthor of the Arcanian Empire. Your presence here is noted, primitive vessel. You witnessed the consequence of unauthorized expansion. The galaxy has order, and you have disrupted it. Return to your designated space, or join the necessary cleansing. Elena felt rage building in her chest, but kept her voice level. This is Captain Elena Torres of the Earth ship Meridian. You have attacked and destroyed a civilian colony without provocation. This is an act of war against humanity. War. The alien's tone carried something like amusement. There can be no war between an empire and an infant species. We have guided the galaxy's development for millennia. Your kind was granted limited space exploration rights, which you exceeded. The natural consequence has been applied. The tactical display showed the Arcanian ships moving to surround the Meridian. They were being herded, Elena realized, like cattle. These beings saw humans as nothing more than misbehaving animals to be corrected. All hands to battle stations, Elena ordered over the ship-wide comm. Tactical. Analyze their movement patterns. Navigation. Plot multiple escape vectors. She opened a channel to engineering. Chief Adams, I need everything you can give the quantum drive. Captain, David said quietly beside her, even with full power, we can't hope to match their technology. A fighting retreat might be our only option. Elena's hands gripped her command chair. They killed 3 million people to teach us a lesson. XO. If we retreat now, we tell them that lesson worked. That humanity will bow to superior force and accept our place as their pets. She turned to face her crew, seeing in their eyes the same mixture of fear and determination she felt. The Meridian is all that stands between these beings and Earth, finding out about this attack through the same method Nueva Terra did. We may not be able to win, but we can show them that humanity's development can't be controlled through fear. The Arcanian ships began powering up their weapons, their crystalline hulls pulsing with energy that made the sensors scream in protest. Elena sent a quick emergency transmission to Earth Command, knowing it would take hours to reach them. "All weapons free," she ordered. "Let's show the Arcanian Empire why primitive species are the most dangerous kind." The Meridian's quantum cannons charged as the gulf of technological advancement between two civilizations prepared to be tested in fire and defiance. Humanity's first interstellar war was about to begin, and its opening battle would determine whether they would be remembered as pioneers or casualties in the grand story of galactic civilization. The hidden advantage. Dr. Nathan Reed's underground laboratory on Titan wasn't supposed to exist. Buried beneath kilometers of ice, the Quantum Integration Facility had been Earth's best-kept secret for the past decade. Now, as he watched the emergency transmission from the Meridian playing on repeat, he realized it might be humanity's last hope. "The neural interface is stable," his research partner Dr. Aisha Khan announced, her eyes fixed on the quantum displays surrounding their latest test subject. The volunteer, a young technician named Marcus Wong, lay in the integration chamber, his mind connected to their experimental quantum network. Brain patterns are maintaining coherence at 92%. Nathan ran his fingers through his graying hair, studying the data streams. They had discovered it by accident 3 years ago. The unique way human consciousness interacted with quantum fields. While artificial intelligence and conventional computers processed quantum information through rigid mathematical frameworks, the human mind approached it through intuition and possibility. "They're going to reach Earth within days," Aisha said quietly, gesturing to the tactical projections showing the Arcanian fleet's advance. The Meridian's desperate battle had bought them time, but Captain Torres and her crew were now running silent in deep space, playing a deadly game of cat and mouse with an enemy that considered humans barely more evolved than primates. "Show me the latest integration test results," Nathan ordered, bringing up the facility's primary research data. The holographic display filled with neural patterns, each one representing a human mind touching the quantum realm. "There's something here we're missing. The Arcanian's technology is based on pure mathematics, perfect quantum manipulation. But look at these patterns." Aisha stepped closer, her dark eyes widening as she followed his logic. "The chaos in our neural networks. It's not a bug, it's a feature. Human consciousness doesn't just process quantum information, it dreams with it." A sudden spike in Marcus's neural patterns drew their attention. The technician's voice came through the chamber's communication system, filled with wonder. "I can see everything. The quantum field isn't just data, it's alive. We're not supposed to just observe it, we're supposed to dance with it." Warning alerts flashed across the monitoring stations as Marcus's mind began integrating with the quantum network at unprecedented levels. "His consciousness is expanding beyond normal parameters," Aisha reported, fingers flying across the control interface. "We need to shut it down." "Wait," Nathan held up his hand, watching as new patterns emerged in the quantum field. "He's not just processing quantum information. He's intuiting possibilities that shouldn't exist." The human mind isn't limited by the mathematical constraints the Arcanians built their empire on. The facility's quantum core pulsed with energy as Marcus's consciousness reached deeper into the field. Through the observation window, they could see his body floating slightly above the integration chamber surface, surrounded by patterns of light that defied conventional physics. "Emergency transmission from Earth Command," the facility's AI announced. "The Meridian is requesting immediate assistance. The Arcanians have developed a new weapon capable of erasing matter from reality itself." Nathan's mind raced with possibilities. The quantum integration protocol was nowhere near ready for deployment, but humanity had run out of time for careful testing. "Send word to command. Tell them we've developed a countermeasure to Arcanian quantum technology. and get me a direct channel to the Meridian." "Nathan." Aisha grabbed his arm, her face concerned. "The neural interface is unstable. If we deploy this now, we have no idea what it will do to the crew's minds. We could be signing their death warrants." "The Arcanians are already doing that," Nathan replied, watching as Marcus continued to explore possibilities in the quantum realm that their instruments could barely measure. "At least this way, we give them a fighting chance." He opened a channel to the facility's primary engineering bay. "Begin preparation for full quantum core deployment. We're going to upgrade a warship." Looking at the tactical display showing the Meridian's desperate flight from the Arcanian fleet, he added quietly, "and possibly human consciousness itself." In the integration chamber, Marcus laughed with pure joy as his mind touched aspects of reality that no human had ever experienced. "The quantum field," he whispered, "it's not just responding to us. It's been waiting for us." As the facility rumbled to life around them, preparing to transmit the quantum integration protocol to the Meridian, Nathan couldn't help but wonder if they were about to push humanity past a point of no return. The Arcanians had wanted to contain human development, to keep them safely primitive. Instead, they might have just forced humanity to make an evolutionary leap that would reshape the galaxy. "Begin transmission," he ordered, watching as humanity's desperate gamble raced through quantum space toward their last hope. The Meridian was about to become more than just Earth's most advanced warship. It would become the first test of humanity's true potential. In the quantum realm, something vast and ancient stirred, as if awakening to the first species that didn't just seek to control it, but to become one with it. The real war for humanity's future was about to begin. Evolution's edge. Captain Alina Torres watched in awe as quantum energy coursed through the Meridian's hull, transforming her ship before her eyes. The neural integration protocol from Titan had arrived just as the Arcanian fleet closed in for the kill. Now, reality itself seemed to bend around them as human consciousness merged with quantum technology. "Neural interface active," Maya reported from Tactical, her voice carrying an ethereal quality as her mind connected with the ship's systems. I can feel the quantum field. It's like nothing I've ever experienced." Alina understood. The moment the protocol activated, her consciousness had expanded beyond normal human perception. The ship wasn't just responding to commands anymore. It was becoming an extension of their collective will. Through the neural interface, she could sense her entire crew, their minds joining in a symphony of quantum possibility. "Multiple Arcanian signatures detected," David announced, but he didn't need to look at his instruments. They all felt the crystalline ships approaching through the quantum field, their rigid mathematical patterns a stark contrast to the fluid intuition of human consciousness. "Show them what we can do," Alina ordered, the command flowing through the neural network like a wave. The Meridian responded instantly, moving in ways that should have been impossible. They didn't just avoid the Arcanian weapons fire. They moved through possibilities, the ship occupying quantum states that the enemy's technology couldn't predict or target. First Officer Chen's thoughts resonated through the network. "Captain, the quantum field. We're not just using it. We're changing it." He was right. Alina could sense how their human consciousness was introducing chaos into the Arcanians' perfectly ordered systems, disrupting the mathematical precision they relied upon. "Incoming transmission," Raj announced, his enhanced consciousness translating the alien signals at unprecedented speeds. "The Arcanians, they're confused. Their sensors can't make sense of what we're doing." The voice of Archon-Vex Thor filled the bridge, but now they could hear the uncertainty beneath its usual arrogance. "Impossible. Your primitive technology cannot achieve quantum state manipulation at this level. What have you done?" Alina allowed herself a grim smile. "We evolved." Through the neural interface, she directed the Meridian to demonstrate their new capabilities. The ship phased through quantum states, appearing simultaneously at multiple points in space, before resolving into a single position behind the Arcanian fleet. "Their weapon systems are based on quantum probability calculations," Maya reported, her consciousness diving deep into the tactical data. But our human intuition is introducing variables their systems can't process. We're not just fighting their technology. We're challenging their fundamental understanding of reality. But victory wasn't assured. Alina felt blood trickle from her nose, a physical reminder that human minds weren't designed for this level of quantum integration. Through the neural network, she could sense her crew struggling with the same challenges. Their consciousness was expanding faster than their biology could handle. Engineering reports quantum core stability at 82% and falling, David warned. Chief Adams says we're pushing the integration protocols beyond their tested limits. Alina knew they were walking a dangerous line. The quantum integration was changing them, pushing human consciousness into realms it was never meant to explore. But the alternative was extinction. Through the neural network, she shared her determination with her crew, feeling their collective resolve strengthen in response. The Arcanians think they understand everything about reality, she transmitted to her crew. They've spent millennia mastering the mathematics of the quantum realm, but they've forgotten something crucial. The universe isn't just equations. It's chaos and creativity, dreams and intuition. Everything that makes us human. The Meridian's quantum core pulsed with power as they prepared for their first real counterattack. Through their shared consciousness, Alina could sense something vast and mysterious stirring in the quantum field. It was as if reality itself was responding to humanity's presence, recognizing in them something it had been waiting for. All weapons systems linked to neural network, Maya announced. Quantum targeting solutions ready. The Meridian's conventional weapons had been transformed by the integration protocol, now capable of striking through multiple quantum states simultaneously. Target their flagship, Alina ordered, her consciousness extending through the ship's systems. Let's show the Arcanian Empire why they should have left humanity alone. As the Meridian engaged the alien fleet, Alina felt a profound shift in the quantum field. The Arcanians had wanted to prevent humanity from advancing too quickly, afraid of what they might become. Instead, they had forced humanity to take an evolutionary leap into something unprecedented, a species that didn't just understand quantum reality, but could dream new possibilities into existence. The real question now wasn't whether they could win this battle, but what humanity would become in the process. As the first shots of their counterattack streaked across space, Alina sensed that they were crossing a threshold from which there would be no return. The galaxy was about to learn that evolution couldn't be controlled. It could only be embraced. The awakening. Reality shimmered at the edges of Alina's consciousness as the Meridian phased through another quantum state. The neural interface had been active for 72 hours, and with each passing moment, the line between human and quantum consciousness grew thinner. Through their shared neural network, she could feel her crew changing, their minds expanding in ways that defied conventional understanding. "Captain," Maya called out, her voice resonating through both air and quantum field, "the Arcanians are adapting. They're changing their fundamental programming to account for human unpredictability." The tactical display showed the crystalline fleet implementing new attack patterns, their ships moving with an organic fluidity that contradicted their usual mathematical precision. The Arcanian Empire was ancient and arrogant, but they hadn't survived for millennia by being inflexible. Multiple quantum ruptures detected, David reported, his consciousness streaming data through the neural network. "They're calling in reinforcements. I'm tracking 30 new capital ships emerging from quantum space." Alina felt the shift in the quantum field as the new vessels arrived, their presence creating ripples in reality itself. The Arcanians weren't just sending ships, they were deploying their most advanced weapons platforms, devices capable of unwriting matter from existence. Through the neural interface, Chief Adams' consciousness pulsed with warning. "Captain, the quantum core is showing signs of mutation. The integration protocol isn't just linking us to the ship anymore, it's evolving with us." Alina had noticed it too. The quantum field around the Meridian had begun responding to their dreams, their fears, their unconscious desires. During the last battle, Maya's anger at the destruction of Nueva Terra had manifested as quantum shock waves that temporarily phased 3 Arcanian ships out of existence. Hours later, Raj's desperate wish to warn Earth had somehow accelerated their quantum communications beyond known physical limits. Dr. Reed's latest transmission from Titan confirms it. David shared through the network. The quantum integration isn't just a technological interface. It's triggering an evolutionary response in human consciousness itself. A sudden alert pierced through their shared awareness. The Arcanian fleet was moving into an attack formation they hadn't seen before, their ships arranging themselves in a pattern that seemed to bend space itself. "This is Archon Vexthor." The alien leader's voice echoed through their consciousness. "Your species has demonstrated an unexpected capacity for quantum manipulation. This proves not your readiness for advancement, but the danger of allowing human consciousness to develop unchecked. The containment protocols are now elevated to maximum priority." The energy readings from the Arcanian fleet spiked beyond anything their sensors could measure. Through the quantum field, Alina sensed their intention. They weren't just trying to destroy the Meridian anymore. They were preparing to initiate a cascade reaction that would collapse the quantum field around Earth's entire solar system, effectively quarantining humanity from the rest of the galaxy. "They're afraid," Maya realized, her thoughts rippling through the neural network. "They can sense how we're changing, how we're dreaming new possibilities into the quantum field itself. We're becoming something they've never encountered before." Alina felt blood trickling from her ears now, her body struggling to contain her expanding consciousness. Through the neural network, she could sense similar symptoms throughout her crew. The quantum integration was pushing them toward some unknown threshold, and there would be no going back once they crossed it. "Engineering reports quantum core stability at critical levels," David warned. "The mutation in the integration protocols is accelerating. If we don't disengage soon." "We can't," Alina interrupted, her consciousness reaching out to embrace her crew's collective awareness. "The Arcanians are right about one thing. We're changing in ways they never predicted. But they're wrong about the danger. Human consciousness isn't a threat to the galaxy's order. It's the next step in its evolution." Through their shared neural link, Alina could feel something vast and ancient stirring in the quantum field. It wasn't just their technology or their minds that were evolving. Reality itself seemed to be responding to humanity's presence, as if it had been waiting for a species that could dream new possibilities into existence. "All hands," she broadcast through the network, her consciousness merging with the quantum field in ways that made traditional communication seem primitive. "The Arcanians want to contain us, to prevent what they see as a dangerous mutation in the galaxy's natural order. But evolution doesn't ask permission. It doesn't follow mathematical patterns or respect established hierarchies. It dreams, it adapts, it transforms." The Meridian's quantum core pulsed with power as their collective consciousness pushed against the boundaries of known physics. They could feel the Arcanian fleet preparing to initiate their containment protocol, their perfectly ordered minds unable to comprehend that they weren't just fighting a primitive species with stolen technology. They were witnessing the birth of something unprecedented in the galaxy's history. As reality itself seemed to hold its breath, Alina made a decision that would change the course of human evolution forever. "Take us into the heart of their formation," she ordered, her consciousness already plotting quantum possibilities that existed beyond conventional spacetime. "Let's show them what humanity is becoming." Paradigm shift. The quantum field writhed with impossible energies as the Meridian dove into the heart of the Arcanian formation. Alina's consciousness, now barely contained within human limits, reached out through the neural network to touch minds that had evolved far beyond their original design. Her crew wasn't just interfacing with quantum technology anymore. They had become something new, something that existed between conventional reality and quantum possibility. "The containment protocol is initiating." Maya's thoughts resonated through their shared awareness. The Arcanian fleet had arranged itself in a perfect geometric pattern, their crystalline ships generating a quantum cascade that would seal off Earth's solar system from the rest of spacetime. Through the neural interface, Alina could feel the strain on her crew's transforming consciousness. Blood flowed freely from their noses, ears, and eyes as human biology struggled to contain minds that had grown too vast for physical forms. But there was no turning back. Humanity's evolution had reached its critical point. Their pattern, David's thoughts, pulsed through the quantum field, carrying new understanding. It's not just a weapon formation. They're trying to impose their version of order on reality itself. They want to lock us into a single quantum state, prevent us from dreaming new possibilities. Alina understood now. The Arcanian Empire hadn't survived for millennia by merely being technologically superior. They had appointed themselves reality's guardians, containing species that might introduce chaos into their perfectly ordered universe. But they had never encountered a species like humanity, one that didn't just adapt to chaos but embraced it. All hands, Alina transmitted through the neural network, her consciousness expanding to embrace her crew's collective awareness. What we're about to attempt has never been done before. The Arcanians think they understand quantum reality because they can measure it, predict it, control it. But they've forgotten something fundamental. The universe didn't begin with order. It began with a dream of possibility. The Meridian's quantum core pulsed with energies that their sensors couldn't even measure anymore. Through their shared consciousness, Alina felt something ancient and vast stirring in the quantum field, not the cold mathematics of Arcanian technology, but the wild creative force that had birthed the universe itself. Containment field at 80% completion, Maya reported, her thoughts carrying both fear and wonder. Once it closes, Earth will be cut off from quantum space forever. Archon Vexthor's consciousness pressed against their quantum field, its usual arrogance now tinged with genuine concern. Your resistance is futile. We have contained countless species who threaten the galaxy's order. Your primitive minds cannot hope to comprehend the forces you're dealing with. Alina's response flowed through quantum space, carried not by words but by pure consciousness. You're right, Archon. We don't comprehend these forces. We dream with them. At her command, the Meridian's crew reached out with their collective consciousness, not fighting against the quantum field but becoming one with it. Their human minds, evolved beyond their original limits, began to dream new possibilities into existence. Reality itself seemed to shudder as human consciousness introduced something the Arcanians had never considered possible: quantum uncertainty on a galactic scale. The containment field, based on perfect mathematical precision, began to unravel as human dreams and intuition rewrote the very laws it was built upon. Impossible. Vexthor's thoughts radiated shock. You're changing the fundamental constants. Reality itself is evolving, Alina completed, just like we are. Your empire has spent millennia trying to freeze the galaxy in perfect order. But the universe isn't a mathematical equation. It's a living dream. The Meridian's quantum core reached critical mass as their collective consciousness pushed beyond the boundaries of conventional physics. Alina felt her crew's minds expanding into the quantum field, becoming one with the creative chaos that the Arcanians had tried so hard to control. Through their shared awareness, she felt the exact moment when human consciousness transcended its original limitations. They weren't just interfacing with quantum reality anymore. They had become quantum beings, existing simultaneously as matter and possibility, dream and reality. The Arcanian containment field collapsed as their perfect mathematical models failed to account for consciousness that could dream new quantum states into existence. Their crystalline ships, designed to impose order on reality, found themselves adrift in a sea of human-generated possibilities. Stand down, Archon, Alina transmitted, her consciousness now vast enough to embrace the entire battlefield. Your empire's time as reality's guardian is over. Humanity isn't just another species for you to contain. We're the next step in the galaxy's evolution. Through the quantum field, she sensed the Arcanian fleet's confusion, their perfectly ordered minds struggling to comprehend what humanity had become. They had sought to prevent humanity's advancement, but in doing so, they had forced them to evolve into something unprecedented, a species that could dance with quantum possibility itself. As the last vestiges of the containment field dissolved, Alina felt her crew's consciousness beginning to stabilize in their new form. They were still human, but they had become something more. Pioneers of a new kind of existence, where consciousness and quantum reality were one. The Meridian hung in space, transformed by the same evolution that had changed its crew. Through the neural network, Alina sensed similar transformations beginning throughout human space as the quantum awakening spread. Humanity would never again be the primitive species the Arcanians had sought to contain. The universe isn't just equations and order. Alina transmitted to both her crew and the watching Arcanian fleet. It's dreams and chaos, possibility and transformation. You tried to contain humanity's development, but you forgot the most important lesson of evolution. Life finds a way. As the Arcanian ships began their retreat, Alina felt the quantum field resonating with new possibilities. Humanity had taken its first steps into a larger reality, one where consciousness itself could shape the dreams of the universe. The war was over, but humanity's true journey was just beginning.